from the northern part of Denmark, where I live with my husband and our 2 girls and 2 cats as well. You will have seen them in the little intro. I'm here today to talk to you about knitting. It is the last day of July 31st. It's about 9 a.m. and I'm just sitting down to chat to you guys before I run off and go sailing again. Who am I? We have the tall ship races here in Aalborg at the moment, and Lars has invited me out for a little spin to see all the ships, and I will also take a little footage and add at the end of this episode. But first and foremost, we're here to talk about knitting. I have some FOs, some whips, some eye candy to show you guys, and also we have a winner to announce for the giveaway from the last time, the 6-year anniversary giveaway, I think we called it. For this bag right here, I've drawn a winner using the random comment picker, and I'm very excited to announce that. I'll do that a bit later. First, I just want to jump on into the FOs. And you know, business as usual, we'll sprinkle everything with a little bit of music played on this piano right here by me. Yeah. So let's start with the FOs. I have socks to show you, of course. I finished 2 pairs of socks while we were out sailing. Thank you guys so much for watching and for leaving us the sweetest comments for our summer vlogs. We went sailing this year and had so many wonderful adventures. Some of you have asked me, well, how did you go sailing? You don't like sailing. No, that is my biggest fear, but Lars took very good care of me, and the weather was with us. We had smooth sailing all the way, and I enjoyed myself so much. I got to see things that I never ever thought that I would see, and it was just, yeah, it was amazing. Yeah. So if you haven't watched the vlogs, and if you like that kind of thing, jump on over. There's 2 of them, part 1, part 2. Okay, FOs. Digressing already. If you've been here before, you know that's the way it is, right? These are the first pair of socks that I finished. And they are I call them my Lone socks, because Alonelysocklady, Lone, she's a friend of mine. So it's like, all her yarn is just Lone gone. Lone yarn. And this is my contribution for the monthly knit along that she has going this year. This is her yarn club. The theme is Anne of Green Gables, and this colorway is called the Highwayman. This is a collaboration that Lone is doing with Charlotte, a Danish knitter and podcaster. She has Hårsløvstrik. It's a wonderful podcast in Danish. I will link everything I talk about today in the description box below. So if I mention a podcast or a yarn dyer or a shop or a pattern or anything, click the box and the information should be there. And if it's not, just text me, leave me a comment, and I will answer you the best that I can. But these are just, again, vanilla socks like I usually do, but I did a little something different for the ribbing. So these are all knit stitches, just with the stripes color and the contrast color. So main color, contrast color, main, contrast, main, contrast. And then I did just a couple of plain knit rows with the contrast first. So I got this little rolly thing going on. And then there's a slip stitch, heel flap, and gusset. Yeah, my usual go-to. I have 64 stitches, and these are shorty, so they're a little big for me around my ankle. That's fine. I don't mind. I love this color. I think it's so beautiful. Did I mention that I'm on a 2.25 millimeter needle? I don't think so. All my socks, if they're fingering weight, are knit on a 2.25 millimeter needle. I use my Chagu red lace, and I just love them. For me, that's just smooth sailing. Haha. It's just potato chippy, you know? I just knit. And then for the vanilla socks, it brings me so much peace. I am often asked, don't you get bored? No, I don't. I just had, you'll see in a minute, the biggest cast on party the last couple of days because I was desperate. I didn't have any vanilla socks on my needles, and I was like, oh, I just need to sit and knit, but I don't want to think about it. And I didn't have any knitting for that, so that was bad. So cast on, knit a lot of ribbing, and now I have lots of vanilla in front of me, and I'm so excited. So yeah, pair of shorties, and then I knit these. I had cast these on last time, I'm sure, and this is yarn that I dyed myself. Again, just vanilla socks. And I love these colors because they remind me of the States. And I used to be a foreign exchange student, and the beginning of this year in February, I lost my host mom. I was fortunate enough to go visit her in January and be with her and, you know, say all the things that you want to say. Not that you're ever done, right? But, you know. So these are my memory socks for her. And also they were perfect when I was knitting them while we were sailing, because I was watching the Tour de France. Kind of these colors goes with the French flag as well, and they're pretty good for sailing. They're kind of maritime too, so yeah, perfect. I have 15 rounds of 1x1 knitting. I always twist my knit stitch. And then I have 60 rounds for the leg, slip stitch, heel flip and gusset. Yeah, wedge toe. Ta-da! And now for something that's also vanilla, but they're not fingering, so it's a little bit different. These are a pair of DK socks that I've knit for my friend that took care of the cats while we were out. She loves hand knit socks. She is so knit worthy. And I got this skein in the summer sock box from CamijoKnit. And I just thought that it would be perfect for her because she loves these colors. The colorway is called Pressed Flowers. And they are vanilla, but let me take one of them off the sock blocker so I can show you. But I did a 2x1 ribbing instead. I cast on 48 stitches, I'm sure, yeah, I did. And then I just knit on, I think I did 40 rounds for the leg, slip stitch, heel flip and gusset. And I made them a bit longer because her foot's a tiny bit larger than mine. And then a wedge toe. And what else? 3.25 millimeter needle. And these brought me even more joy because look at the amount of yarn I had left when I was done. So I did a bit of yarn check-in, but I used up the whole 100-gram skein, and that's so satisfying. This is the label from Camijo. And this is a merino cash DK. So it's 80% merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. She has 212 meters per 100 grams. It's a full reply. Yeah, pressed flowers. And it's so soft. And again, I just used my Chaogu red lace and they just flew off the needles. I knit them in 2 days. And these were not all that I knit on during those 2 days, so very fast knit with these DK weight socks. I like the look of this 2x1 ribbing. It is very stretchy and it has some bounce, but it doesn't bounce back and keep the ribbing as well as a 1x1, I feel. But I like it. I like the look. So I think I'll be using that some more. And if you want like a little bit more room for the leg, I feel like it's very stretchy. Yeah. So yeah, perfect. And then I have one more thing done that is not knitting related. Some time ago, back during Vlogster, I think? Yeah. I did a vlog where I sewed up this bag. This was a kit by Babylon Leather. I had a collaboration with them and they gifted me this kit. And then I had like an affiliate link. I still have that. I don't even know if it's working. I'll leave a link for it in case you want to check it out. But they changed everything. So at first you got 10% off your order if you use that link. But now they lowered their prices quite a bit. And then instead, if you use a link, you get a free like a little bag charm. I'll pop up a couple pictures because it sent me some and immediately my girls snatched them. So there's one on Ella's bag and one on Augusta's bag. And then they sent me a kit to make a bag charm. And I got to choose, and I chose this little one because it kind of, I know it's a tiger, but you know, it reminds me a little bit of my Mississippi, of our Mimi. I thought that was pretty cute. And I sewed that, and I have to say I did find it a little more fiddly than like the bag because the holes are punched in advance, but these holes were way smaller. But it worked out fine. And then they sent me a kit for this one too. And this is my favorite thing at the moment. I have my Airpods in here, and I just think that this little thing is so darn cute. So my Airpods, and they fit in here perfectly. And it's a little bag. And I just think it's the cutest. You can see it's already got like some patina on there because I'm using it every day. When it's summertime and when the weather is nice and not too warm, I go sit outside in our backyard, take the cats out with me, and my knitting, the bag right behind right there. That's my outside knitting because it's Lett Lopi, and I can't knit Lett Lopi inside. Like it gets in my respiratory system or something. Diva, I know. Whatever. So I knit on it outside. And then I have an audiobook that I listen to, and I bring this with my Airpods in there. It's just too cute. I'll leave a link to Babylon Leather in the description box and the affiliate link. I think it's still working. It was still up when I checked the other day. If you use it, you will get a free bag charm with your purchase. Not necessarily this one. I think they just pick one. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, but this is my Babylon leather set that I'm very happy with. I think the bag is cute. I use it a lot. I can fit one of my little bags in here. It fits in here with my wallet and my AirPod case and everything, and it's wonderful. Yep, let's put that back and let me rearrange some things and get back to you with some whips. I actually have another FO that is not knitting related because you probably know that I also sew bags, and I love everything scrappy, knitting, sewing, and I had seen like a reel on Instagram or Facebook or something with someone who made like a scrappy bag, and I thought that I would want to try that method myself. So I got out all the little scraps that I had with flowers on them, and I sewed up this bag. And I have to say, I'm pretty darn pleased with it. It was so much fun to make. And just, you know, little tiny pieces like this that turns into something like this. That's just treasure. And I have just a plain fabric inside and some pockets. And I made it a little bigger than the bags that I usually make because you need all kinds of sizes. And yeah, I'm having a sew-in day on Sunday, and I might sew up a couple for sale. I'll see. You know, I'm pretty bad at letting go of things. And they would be like one-of-a-kind bags, because yeah, with the scraps and everything. But I'll see. I put all the bags that I have up for sale on my Instagram profile, Bags by the Playful Knitter. So if anything's for sale, it'll be on there. And in here is a whip that is also not a sock. Ta-da! The sun is coming out, which is fine and nice, but the light is changing. Yeah. All right, let's see here. This is the Workday Scarf. Last time I showed you a skein of yarn that I had dyed myself, and I asked for recommendations for One Skein Wonders. And you came up with so many. And actually, I cast on one to start with, the souvenir shawl. This is the skein of yarn. It is single merino, fingering. But when I had cast it on, it's like the pattern was fun to knit, very well written, very nice, but the pattern and the yarn just did not go together at all. It looked muddy, it looked, yeah, just not nice. So I cast on this little scarf instead. It is called the Workday Scarf, and it is by Sue Flanders. And I love the way that it just kind of stripes the colors in the yarn. So you can, first of all, you can see all the colors. And second of all, it's not just, yeah, all muddy and muffled together. So this is just kind of, as soon as I figured out that I liked the look of this, I just kind of put it to one side because I am in such a sock mood at the moment. All I want to knit is socks. I mean, I haven't even hardly knit on my mitered square blanket, and you guys know how much I love a mitered square blanket. So yeah, I had, last time I talked about that I was going to start my mitered square blanket up again for the Tour de France because it's my tour blanket, and I have knit a little bit, but like a square or two, so I'm not even going to show it today. I'll show you when I have more done. It's just a mitered square. But yeah, the Workday scarf in here will get some love at one point when I'm over the socks. Not that I'll ever be, but able to knit on anything else. I'm also designing a sock at the moment. It's actually in testing. I'll talk a little more about it right there after this. But first I want to talk about what's in this beautiful bag that was gifted to me by Desiree, and I love it so much. It is perfect for this project. I was just looking through my old knitting notes because I needed some colorways and I had thrown away the labels. This is my Lett Lopi project. Yeah, me and Lett Lopi. I am knitting a sweater for Lars because he is such a knit-worthy and lovely husband. And I had actually knit one sweater with this yarn back in 2022. And it got way too big. I don't know what I did. It must have been something with my gauge. I measured it and it was on point, but I don't know. Something was off. It was way too big for him. So I frocked it, the whole sweater. And I had like big cakes of Lett Lopi sitting. This is the main color. It is called Black Heather. I'll leave the colorway numbers and everything in the description box. And I cast on the family sweater by another lovely podcaster, Miss Knits, Pia. She also does the most beautiful patterns. And this is my version because I did modify some things of a family sweater. And I knit on this when I sit outside in the morning. So yeah, I'm almost at the point where I am going to, see, I'm not a sweater knitter, so I'm like, what the is that called? Divide for the sleeves? Maybe. You're supposed to do these braids all the way on the bodice right here. But I'm doing them in colors that are matching Lars's boat. And we chatted a little bit about it because they're a little fiddly to make. Not that I couldn't do it, but you know, I'm a lazy knitter. I just want to knit around, round, round. And he was like, well, I kind of like that the colors are just like a little pop of color up here. He's a very understanding husband. And these are the three colors. There's brick, and see, now we're gonna have to look at the notes. Let's see, this is my knitting notes. There's brick, rust heather, and apricot. And I think brick, rust heather, and the light one is apricot. Pretty cute. So yeah, I am on, what am I on? Let's see, a 4mm. So it's perfect. Hopefully I'll get everything done pretty soon so he can have it for fall. We'll see. If not, we'll have it next year. All right, 3 more whips to show you, and then I'll play you some music. In this teeny bag right here is the Stash Buster socks. I have one that is almost done. So this is the cuff right here. So cute. And this special heel. And there's like, it's a wonderful pattern. Just like I said last time, there's different options. There's an option to do textured for the top of the foot. And there's different versions of heels in there. It's a wonderful pattern. But I wanted to try this heel. And I've tried on the sock and it fits so well. Very, very well. I had used a little 10-gram mini that I dyed myself. And the main color right here is also a color that I dyed. And here is the second sock. And I decided that I want to have the contrast for the toe as well. And the only reason that I have not knitted yet is because I haven't caked it up yet. I have another little 10-gram mini downstairs in my stash, same one. So just have to cake it up and then I'm good to go. So the Stash Buster socks should be done pretty soon. But for now, they are set aside for some vanilla knitting. And here is a new pair of socks for Lars, because I cannot not have a pair of socks on my needles for Lars. Here is the yarn, Opal yarn as usual. And I love these colors. I love the contrast between the blue and the orange. And this colorway is 9041 and it's called Songwriter. I think that's fun. And here is my start. And as I said, I knit a lot of ribbing the other day. So there's another rib. Just plain vanilla. I think I might bring these out sailing with me today. If I don't bring the next project, which I'm crazy excited about, and it's because of the yarn. It's in this bag. Beautiful bag that was gifted to me by Karina. She also has a podcast. It's in German and it's very, very lovely. As I said, everything will be linked below. I met Karina in person last year for the Knit in Denmark's Heart Festival. This year I couldn't go because I was working. But I am going to go for the first time, which I'm very excited about, to the Fiberfolk Festival in Roskilde in August. I'm going with friends and I'm so excited. If I meet you there, please say hi. I always love to say hi in chat. I'm very excited. It's the biggest Fiberfolk that we have. There's Fiberfolk festivals all over Denmark, but I'm pretty sure that Roskilde is the biggest one, and it's Saturday and Sunday. And there will be some yarn dyers. I saw that Undercover Otter was coming. I'm very excited about that, but yeah, again, digressing. In here is yarn that I never thought that I would get to try, but this knitting community is just the best thing. You get all the best friends. And Cindy, she is my knitting friend. She is from the States, but she has family here in Aalborg. Go figure, right? And when she comes here to visit the family, we always get together and hang out, knit for a little bit and chat, and I love it so much. It's just such a gift that she will take time out of her busy schedule to hang out with me. And she wrote me and she said, well, if there's anything you need, I have room in my suitcase. And I'm like, need? Yeah. So I jumped on the web and I got on this website. Can you guys maybe guess which yarn dyer this is? Let me show you the second sock. I'm a bit further on that one. Can you guess a yarn dyer? It is, of course, Mustache Yarn. Oh, I love her colors, and I've wanted to try her yarn for such a long time. And turns out that when you buy 100 grams, they are 250-gram skeins twisted together. So when you cast on, you can get two like twin socks at the same time. It's almost like a stripe a day, you know, for Christmas. So I'm kind of feeling like it's Christmas in the summer. I'm so excited. And this colorway is called Hawaii Volcanoes. And I thought that I would want some lava on there too. And I had this little mini left over from one of Alonelysocklady's sock sets. This is her True Black. And I did the little pop of color for the ribbing. And I'm going to do the heel in the black as well. Yes. And then I think the rest will just be the stripes. But look at those colors. Are they not just amazing? So vibrant. I love it so much. I'm crazy excited about this. Let me see if I can show you. Oh, if I come up a bit closer, look at the blue. It has like tiny speckles in there. It's just gorgeous. It's just, yeah, it's magic. I love this. I am feeling like the luckiest knitter in the whole wide world. And as you will see in just a minute, I did not just buy one skein. Because, you know, when you have the chance, you gotta grab it, right? There we go. Those were all my whips. So now I invite you all to sit back, relax, and let your stitches flow, because here's a little bit of music. That was one of my favorite Danish summer songs. It's called Danish Summer, I Love You. And I guess that's kind of a contrast to the way I feel about the heat. But Denmark in the summer is very, very beautiful. As long as I can have weather like today, about 20 degrees Celsius and a little bit of a breeze. Beautiful. In here is a new design. I've talked a little bit about it on my blog. These are the vintage Circus socks. I can't really remember how I got this idea. We were watching TV one night and just kind of popped into my head. And I went online and I looked at pictures. And this is the picture right here that inspired me to these colors. And here it is, my original sock. I have it on a shorty blocker because the leg is supposed to be slouchy. This looks kind of funny, to me anyways. But I really like this look. The rest is just plain vanilla, but this is like a circus tent. And then with the blue in between right here, hope you can see. So you knit the leg this way. And then you pick up stitches here for the gusset. No, not gusset, cuff. And then you pick up stitches here for the heel and the gusset. Yes. And I wanted to do a design that was not in hand-dyed yarn. And in Denmark, we have a yarn brand called Filcolana. And I just love the colors of their Arvetta Classic. That's their sock yarn. It's an 80-20 base. And I mean, just look at these colors. Aren't they just beautiful? And then I put in the mitered square heel because I really love the fit of that. Take it off the blocker and show you. Like that. It really just kind of cups your heel with the mitered squares like that. And then right here before the toe, a little bit of ribbing. And I just put it in there because I thought it looked pretty. But then when I tried it on, I was like, okay, this really has a wonderful purpose because I have 64 stitches on my socks. But right before the toe, they kind of pucker a little bit. And then with this little part of twisted ribbing, it's just perfect. It fits my foot perfect. It's like cinches it in a little bit and then a wedge toe. So yeah, that's my new design. It's in testing at the moment, and I have to say, I love the colors that my testers have chosen. It's just beautiful. And I am amazed by the fact that people want to help me. And also very amazed because I got in contact with Filcolana. I had this design with me at our local yarn store, and one of the ladies down there, she said, well, you should contact Filcolana. Maybe they will sponsor some yarn. And I'm like, okay. So I did. And they ended up sponsoring yarn for another pair for me and for 3 of my testers. How sweet is that? So thank you very much, Filcolana, not for this yarn because I purchased that myself, but for the next yarn that I'm going to show you. I have the second sock right here on my needles. I just turned the heel, and again, I got all the vanilla ahead of me, and I'm so excited. It's in one of my older bags. I think this is maybe my first one. Yeah, my first collaboration for sure with Lone, Alonelysocklady, the stripey yarn, self-striping yarn, and then Trinity for this little popcorn beaded stitch marker. We did those as a kit together. So Lone did popcorn yarn, and I did the bag, and Trina did the stitch marker. Yes. But now let me show you the colors for my next version. I'm going to do a Christmas version, and I just love it. So this will be the colors. Let me see if I can show you. So a deeper red and a bit of a gray, and then the blue right there will be this green, And then the yellow on this one will be a bit more golden. So kind of vintage Christmas meets with vintage circus. Let me tell you the color numbers. 978, 139, 147 for the green, and 136 for the golden. The colors that I have in this one, main color right here, this is marzipan, 9777, and then I have 810 for the red, 808 for the blue, and 135 straw for the yellow. Yes, 2.25 millimeter needle. The pattern should be out beginning of September at the latest on the Playful Knitter Ravelry page. I will link that in the description as well. And of course, let you guys know when the pattern is out. I hope that you like it as much as I do. It's a very fun knit. It is knit in these sections, but everything is just picking up stitches and just adding. So there's no sorry, got distracted by a cat outside. Oh, so you don't have to sew anything together. Well, you do have to Kitchener the toe and, you know, weave in the ends and stuff, but yeah, these are not joined by sewing. They're joined by picking up stitches and adding colors. Yes, I think that's all for the design talk today. Yeah, that was all the design talk for today. Let me show you a little bit of eye candy, and then we're gonna draw that winner or announce that winner for the bag that I showed you earlier. I still have the yarn club from Cleo Garn, and this is the one from July. It is called Unicorn. And how perfect is that for a unicorn? So beautiful. I get her trip base, and that is 80, that's an 80-20 base. But it's a 365 meters per 100 grams, so you can see it's a high twist. But as long as it's 365 or 366, I'm okay with the high twist, because then it's a bit more plump. All right, did I show you her label? There you go. And then of course I have some Luna yarn, Alonelysocklady. I have a shelf in my yarn cabinet with self-striping yarn from Alonelysocklady, and I have no more room. But this color is just gorgeous, and I had to get it because the colorway name is Smooth Sailing. So I'm going to knit a pair of socks in this. Maybe I'll see if I can get a pair of socks for Lars out of it if he wants it, or else it'll just be for me. That's okay too. And when you order from Lona, you always get one of these little mini skeins too. I love this color. I'm pretty sure that is one of the colors that I have had in a bigger skein. And now for the mustache. I got 2 more skeins. This is the Great Smoky Mountains, and I got this one because when Lars and the girls and I had a road trip in the States back in 2016, so quite a few years ago, we drove through the Smoky Mountains and camped there for a couple of days. So of course I had to get this colorway. Isn't it just beautiful? And as I said, these are the perfect must-match sets. So 2 identical skeins twisted together. It's fingering sock weight, 75-25 merino nylon, superwash merino nylon. And it's 460 yards for in a 100 gram skein. Yeah, I love this. Stash in good health. Perfect. So Camp Cal National Park, fall 2019. And I think The volcano colorway was maybe from 2021. And then this one I'm very excited about. I have no clue how to pronounce this, but maybe komorebi. I don't know. I probably butchered that pretty well. This is the colorway that she, remember that gnome that had like a stripy hat on it? Imagine Landscapes, she does all the gnomes. And this is the colorway that was used for that gnome. So yeah, plus it's like kind of rainbowy and lots of colors. So yay, I'm excited. Very, very excited about these. And I did not get just yarn. I also got a couple of little snips. There's another one, but it's in a bag already. And then I got myself some tuft woolens. This is like a hand and body balm. Bergamot and pine. Not that you can smell it, but that's what it looks like. And then I got some wool wash. And this scent is just, I could just sit and smell it all day. It's called Chai Spice. And I love a good cup of chai tea. And this is just, this is fall in a soap. I just want to cuddle up with it and wait for fall to be here. It is calming my brain, sniffing this soap. I know it's silly, but it smells like fall, and I love fall. Fall is beautiful, and it's not scorching hot, and I can sit inside and knit. Not that I'm not doing that now, but it's not too warm for tea and things like that, and sweaters and socks and all the things. I wish you could smell this. It is just beautiful. I cannot wait to wash some socks in this wool wash. Very, very excited. And now for the most exciting thing. The winner of this bag with Kit Kat on there. Let's see. Did we get one of the knitting cats on here? No, I don't think so. The fabric had a cat on there. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of it right up here. A knitting cat. I think they're watching a scary movie. And the winner of this bag and a little something extra that I'll put in the package is, I have it on my notes right here. I'll put it on the screen as usual, but let me see if I can pronounce it maybe somewhat correctly. Anna Salome 6195. Congratulations, and thank you all so much for all your wonderful comments and for wanting to participate. I just love it. I will for sure be doing another giveaway soon when I figure out something nice to send to you guys. Definitely when the sock pattern is out, I'll be doing a giveaway for a couple of patterns. So yeah, but Anna, please get in contact with me on sockknittersclub@gmail.com and let me know your address and yeah, all the info, and I will get this sent out to you. That was all the knitting related stuff that I had for you guys today. I will leave you though with a bit of footage because we just had, you know, I love the Tour de France, and the other day a bike race came by our house. It's called the PostNord Denmark bike race, kind of, I guess you will translate it to. So they go all the way around Denmark, and they had their finish line right down the road for me, right down the street. So, and they did like rounds, so they came past our house 4 times, and like a big peloton like that, they're noisy. So I took some footage and I will put it in here, and also a little bit of the tall ship races footage that I am hopefully going to go get now when I meet up with Lars at the boat. He's waiting for me, getting everything ready. So I'll jump on my bike and go down there and look at some beautiful ships. So join me for a little footage and some more music. And I thank you all so much for being here and wish you all the best and lots of hygge. Take care. Here you see Opal Castle. It was built between 1539 and 1553 by Christian III. And here is the Utzon Center, designed by the famous architect Jorn Utzon from Aalborg. He also designed the Opera House in Sydney.